everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Erin, and for today's video I'm going to be showing you how to do glitter Christmas ornaments with polycrylic. Now for most of this I'm going to have to do a voiceover because we had construction going on in the neighborhood the night that I filmed this, so there's like a whole bunch of banging in the background. So I'm just going to go throw a voiceover over the video to explain everything, but without further ado, let's jump into it. So first we're going to start off with the supplies that you're going to need for this project. The first thing you're going to need to use is Polycrylic by Minwax. Now you can pick up polycrylic pretty much anywhere. I got mine from Walmart, and this is the half pint size, and I've been using this for well over a year and have made over 20 ornaments with it, so a little bit goes a long way. The next thing you're going to need are the ornaments that you're going to use. The light bulb ornament here that I have, that was from Dollar Tree. And then the two flat disc ornaments that I'm going to be using, which you'll see in just a second, I got those from Michael's. They came in a pack of 25. If you're going to get ornaments from Michael's, I would recommend getting them while they're on sale. They're a little bit more feasible price-wise. Now for my favorite part of this project, which is the glitter. So the first glitter I'm using is from It's Pretty Personal, and the color is called Tree Stuff. I really like the glitter from this company. It's great. The second glitter I'm using is also from It's Pretty Personal, and this one is called You're a Mean One. Obviously a Grinch color. Look how pretty and sparkly that is. The final glitter I'm using is this blue glitter, which is Sapphire. And this glitter is actually from Walmart. I've used this particular brand of glitter on most of my ornaments last year, and it lasted just fine, so there's nothing wrong with getting glitter from Walmart. So I'm just showing you here that I put my polycrylic into a condiment bottle and I labeled it. This is the easiest way I find to put the polycrylic into the ornaments themselves. So in order to cut down on a mess, I use one of these aluminum roasting pan things. As you can see, it has paint and glitter all over the bottom of it. And what I use to hold the ornaments as they're drying are these cut off pieces of like water bottles and soda bottles. I find that they work just fine to hold the ornaments. They do have to dry overnight, so that's what I like to put them in. And you'll see what they look like once I actually start making the ornaments. So you'll see here that I put the open polycrylic container into the pan, and the reason for that is when I'm doing multiple ornaments at a time, it's easier to have them drain into the open polycrylic container rather than drain them back into the condiment bottle, just because I need to use the condiment bottle to put the polycrylic in the other ornaments. So here I'm just showing you the top of a water bottle that I had cut off. I use this as a funnel to allow the excess polycrylic to drain back into that polycrylic container. It fits nicely in the top, so it's easy to just rest the ornament in there and have it drain. Your next step is obviously going to be to take the cap off of whatever ornament you're using. I started with this Christmas light one. First I shake up that polycrylic a little bit just to make sure it's mixed up well. And the next thing that I do is I pour a little bit of the polycrylic into the ornament. I promise one of these days I will figure out how to do everything in frame. But for the time being, as you can see, there's only a little bit in the ornament. And what you're going to do is you're just going to spin, and as you can see, as I'm spinning, that polycrylic is going to coat the inside of the ornament. Now I'm kind of tipping it down, as you can see, just so that the polycrylic moves up on the inside of the ornament. So you just want to make sure that you have a good coat all over the inside of that ornament. After you make sure the inside is well coated, what you're going to do is you're going to flip the ornament upside down and allow the excess polycrylic to drain. Now, like I said, when I'm doing multiple ornaments, I like to use the original container that it came into. but you could also have it drain back into your condiment bottle if that's what you're using. So I usually allow my ornaments to sit there and drain for about 5 or 10 minutes. This ensures that all that excess drips out, and it also allows it to get a little bit tacky. I'm just adjusting it so all the excess is dripping out here. And with this one, since I felt that most of the excess had actually dripped out of the ornament, I just moved it since I was making multiple ornaments at a time, just to speed up the process a little bit. That's not something that you have to do though. But I'll speed this up a little bit until we get to the glitter part. So now comes the fun part, putting the glitter in the ornament. I find it easiest to use a funnel to put the glitter into the ornament, so that's what I'm doing here. I can't tell you exactly how much glitter to put into the ornament. It's kind of like cooking, you just kind of have to do it till it feels right. I usually put in more than I think I need, just because you're going to dump out the excess anyway, and no glitter goes to waste. There was me being a klutz. So as you can see, I put in a decent amount of glitter in here, and you're going to do the same thing like you did with the polycrylic. You're going to spin, spin, spin until the inside of that ornament is coated with the glitter. This is my favorite part of making these ornaments. So in order to cut down on making a huge mess, and so you can cover that whole top of the ornament, you're going to need to cover up the top and shake, shake, shake till you get everything at the top covered with glitter. For this one, I used the cap to do it, but I've also covered the hole with my finger or a paper towel and it works. And then all you do is you dump that excess glitter that's left in there right back into the container that it came in. And usually just when I think I've gotten all the glitter out, I haven't. So make sure you shake real good to get that excess glitter out. And then like I said, what I do is I use this bottom of the soda bottle or water bottle, whichever it is, and I just leave them upside down like that overnight to dry. So here's me glittering and filling the rest of those ornaments. So like I said, I just let these sit overnight. Obviously I'm going to take them out of frame here. I just set them to the side and allow them to sit overnight to dry. So next I'm going to show you just the designs I picked to put on these ornaments. I pop into Design Space for Cricut, and then I already had my images that I wanted uploaded. So here I'm just pointing out the ones that I was going to use. Now keep in mind that middle one with the truck that I'm showing you. There's a little bit of a fiasco with that, and I'll explain that a little bit. But we're going to start off with this Grinch design. I found this Grinch SVG as a free design on a blog. Unfortunately, I don't remember which blog it was because I actually found it a long time ago. But that is where I found this particular SVG. So here I'm just pointing out the measurements that I used for this particular ornament. Your measurements are going to be important to make sure that the image fits on your particular ornament. For the ones that I was using, this is going on one of those flat disc ones. So I made the height 2 inches, which made the width appropriate. So for those particular ornaments, you're going to want 2 inches usually by 2 inches. And here, this is just showing me going through and actually cutting out the design on my Cricut. For my Cricut, I have the Maker, and I usually run my regular vinyl on a premium vinyl setting and use more pressure because I really hate weeding. So I like it to be able to be weeded easily, so that's why I use that particular setting. So this Christmas tree truck was the next design that I really wanted to use, but I quickly discovered that this was going to be way too intricate for the size ornament I needed, so I kind of had to do a compromise. I really wanted the truck with the Christmas tree more than anything else, so I'll show you what I ended up doing. Here I was just kind of looking around and showing you what size it was going to be. But I knew it wasn't going to cut right, so I moved on to doing something a little bit different. So once I discovered that it was going to be too intricate to cut that small, I knew there was another image of that particular truck, but I wanted the tree to be green. So here I was just looking up the Christmas tree truck, and as you can see, that one in the upper left-hand corner, that was the image that I went with. Now, I will admit, I am somewhat of a Cricut newbie, so I could not think of a way to get that tree to turn green. So, what I ended up doing was bringing up that old image, and I just took the tree part from that particular file, and I blew it up so it would fit. Now, I had a really hard time getting this to fit exactly, and I did want the space in between those green pieces that you can see there. So I ended up slicing away that other Christmas tree so you wouldn't see any of the black in the background. So here I am lining that up as nicely as I can, and then what I did was I used the slice tool. If you don't know, you can only use 2 different layers to do the slice and cut. So right here I'm slicing that, and you'll see the pieces that come away from that. So then what I did was I separated the truck from these other pieces and I just deleted them. You can see that little piece that's still up at the top of the truck. I just figured I could cover that with the green and that would be good enough. So that's what I ended up doing. I did slice off a little bit more of it just because it was bothering me, but you will see that there's a little spot that's left, and I just ended up covering that with the green Christmas tree. And as you can see here, it kind of fits perfectly. I just moved the truck image to the back to make sure that the tree would look good, and voila, I got the design I needed. I just ended up resizing this image so that it would fit onto the ornament. Again, with the size ornaments that I had, I wanted to do probably like 2 to 2.5 inches wide and only about 2 inches tall. In the end, I went with 2.5 inches wide, which made it about 1.3 inches tall, so perfect size for my ornament. Once again, we just run it through the Cricut to cut. I use the premium vinyl setting with more pressure, and since this was a little more intricate, I did run it through twice. So the third and final design I also found on Design Space. I do have an Access membership, so it didn't cost me any money since I have the Access membership. I'm not quite sure what the price was without Access, but if you go into Design Space, it'll tell you what the price will be if you don't have the Access membership. This design was a little bit bigger since that Christmas light ornament is a little bit bigger. I made the height 2.5 inches, which made the width adequate enough to put on to that ornament. And then again, I just cut it with my Cricut. So up next was my least favorite part, which is weeding. I know some people find this relaxing, but all it does is frustrate me. And I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Sometimes I reverse weed when the design is a little more intricate. Sometimes I don't. Anyway, let's flash forward through this weeding and I will show you when I'm done. And here I am just layering the vinyl for the Grinch decal. You'll notice a wardrobe change here. This is the next day, because I ended up getting frustrated after I did the Grinch. So here's where I carried on with the truck ornament. Now the next step was to put the decals onto the individual ornaments. When you put on your decal, you kind of want to start from the middle of the design and press outwards. That will eliminate a lot of bubbling or creasing in your vinyl. Here is the final result for the red one. I was super happy with how this turned out. It's super cute. Here's the finished Grinch ornament. That is the perfect Grinch green. And here's the third and final ornament, the Christmas light ornament. I thought it turned out super cute. So that's it. It's pretty easy to make these glitter ornaments. If you have any questions, let me know in the description down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!